maybe, just maybe, the things that you view in your life as difficult and hard and not fun to do and not worth doing, stupid, not fun, not going to pay off anyways. Maybe you need to start viewing these things as the way that life challenges you and tests you, but not only that, the way that life strengthens you and determines whether or not you are worthy and able to possess some of the things that you hope for and pray for, dream about having. Everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants a bunch of money. Some people say, "Oh, I don't care about money. I don't care about being rich." I really don't care about being rich either. I just want to be able to pay my bills and to be able to look out for my family and my loved ones. That's really, as long as I have that, which I do, I'm perfectly happy and perfectly content. It's not all about the money. It's not all about fame. It's not all about great fortune. It's not all about driving Lamborghinis around or owning a yacht or going on crazy fancy vacations 4 times a year. It's not about any of that stuff. It's about finding what you enjoy in life and doing the things that you want to do. And sometimes, a lot of the times actually, to reach a point in your life where you do get to do the things that you want to do on a daily basis, you're going to have to do a lot of things that you don't want to do in the moment. And you're going to have periods of life where you're just grinding, your head's down. There's a lot of stuff on your plate every single day. And, it's not very fun at times. It's not very fun at all. I'm just being brutally honest with you. But in order to achieve the things that will bring you deep meaning and deep pleasure and deep joy with life, deep fulfillment, you got to do the things that you don't want to do, because the secret to it all is that the people who you look up to, or maybe the people you look at with a face of disgust or even pain and anguish because you think they just got lucky, things just got handed to them, they just ended up, one day they just woke up and they were in the positions that they're in. But the fact of the matter is that they went through long periods in their life where they were just doing the work day in and day out. They were isolated from friends, from family, from loved ones, and they were just head down working, no matter what, no excuses, no days off, always doing at least something to get 1% better. That's the thing too, is, everybody looks at these people and they say, "Oh, I can never do that because they work 16, 18, 20 hours a day. And I just can't do that." Well, yeah, there's periods where you're going to have to work insanely long hours. And I'm not just talking about your 9 to 5. We're talking about outside of that as well, because you need to keep the bills paid while you're trying to build something great in your life. But you can't just clock in for your 9 to 5 and then be done with it after that and go home and be lazy and make poor decisions about your diet and other areas of health. You got to stay dialed in, and there's going to be seasons of that. There will also be seasons of rest. You need to listen to your body. You need to listen to your spirit. You need to listen to your soul. You need to listen to everything. You need to understand when it's time to go hard as hell, and you need to understand when it's time to chill out and recover and rest and spend time with those close to you, those that you truly value, those that you truly need in your life. You need to start understanding that there's certain phases to life. You can't just have comfort and peace. You need to start understanding, you can't wish for an easy life and peace and comfort and just, you can't just wish for that and expect it to appear. You have to wish for it, and then you have to put in the work to make it appear. We get absolutely nothing without putting in the work required. And that's where a lot of people can get discouraged, because they're like, "Oh, well, I can't do it. I can't commit to that." Well, if you really truly believe that you can't commit to something, or something's out of reach for you, you just don't have the talent required, you don't have the abilities, you weren't born a certain way, so you're unable to do something. That's a load of bullshit, and it's a great excuse for 99% of people. But if you truly want to do something, you truly want to accomplish your goals and dreams, you truly want to live a life that you legitimately love waking up to every single day, you got to be that 1% of people who says, "You know what? This is what I want, and I'm going to go out and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there." And the thing is too, is everybody's like, "Oh, well, I just need to wait for this. I need to wait for that. I need to wait for all these conditions to be satisfied. And then I'm going to start. Then I'm going to get after it. Then I'm going to start going after my goals and dreams." You just got to start. I'm going to tell you that right now. Nothing is ever going to be perfect. Nothing is ever going to be the exact way you want it. Even once you start, when you're starting to chase these goals and dreams, no matter how you start, no matter what you're doing, no matter how far you progress, nothing is really ever going to be perfect. Even if if you're going to start making projects in whatever area you're working at, in whatever area your goals and dreams may lie, and you're going to be very proud of your work. You're going to see improvements. You're going to get a lot better. You're going to start noticing, and other people are going to start noticing too. But literally nothing is ever going to be perfect. Okay. The people at the top of their game, the top of their industries, they still aren't perfect. They still aren't pumping out perfect products. And a lot of the times we'll look into their lives just for a second and be like, oh, they got it all figured out. Everything's perfect for them. The people at the top of their industries are working harder than anybody else, and they are more stressed than all other people, because the fact of the matter is the decisions that they make are very high risk, high stake, but they're at that point and they can function with that being their reality because they've just been doing this for so long. They've been working at their craft for such a long time that they're comfortable with it, and they understand and they know. And, that's the thing too, is they understand they're going to mess up. They're still going to make mistakes. There's still going to be failure, but you can't really look at failure as failure. You need to look at failure as just another attempt closer to success, to winning. It all starts with just one decision. And that one decision is just starting. Do you want to make content? Cool. Do you have a phone? Do you have an iPad? Do you have an iPod? Do you have something that can record a video and connect to the internet? Cool. You can start making YouTube videos. You can start making Instagram posts. You can start making TikTok videos. You can start posting anywhere and everywhere, quite literally, right now, if you have that. And if you're watching this, you have some sort of device and some sort of connection to the internet. So get after it. What are you waiting for? There's endless opportunity out there. We live in a day and age right now, 2024, coming up on 2025, where there's more opportunity. And not only is there more opportunity, but there is more room for success. There's more room for more and more people to be very, very successful. Every single day that we live, every single day that passes, more and more opportunity and more room for more successful people is opening up. But it's not just going to happen. Just because this room is freeing up, or being created rather, just because that's happening doesn't mean people are just going to blink their eyes and get whatever they've been praying for, wishing for, dreaming of. You still got to go put in the work, but there's so many resources out there. You can learn virtually anything you want thanks to YouTube, or thanks to other areas of the internet as well. There is endless capability and possibility to the things that you can do and achieve nowadays. You just really have to believe it and understand it. You can't just be grasping at the coattails of hope and lingering motivation. You need to understand it to be a truth that you can do this. And then you just have to commit to it. And you have to develop that self-discipline. You have to develop that drive to outperform yourself every day. That's the last part. You got to quit comparing yourself to others. You have to only compare yourself with you. When you compare yourself with you, you can see those little incremental improvements every day. If you want to create content and you're comparing yourself to Mr. Beast, for example, the most extreme of examples possible, hundreds of millions of subscribers. I don't even know what he's at now. Well over 300 million for sure. I know that. And you just uploaded your first video. I'm sorry, but you're going to demotivate yourself, and you're probably going to burn yourself out really quickly, because that's an impossible standard to live up to with your first video. Even your first 100, 200, 300 videos. You're not going to live up to Mr. Beast, and you're not going to live up to many other creators either. But as soon as you start just focusing on yourself and your own improvements and the things that, you focus on your strengths, but also focus on the weaknesses you have and focus on making those strengths while still, maintaining the current strengths you do have. And then all of a sudden you're going to be a much more well-rounded content creator, much more well-rounded basketball player, much more well-rounded trumpet player, much more well-rounded French speaker, even though English is your first language. You understand what I'm saying? You just got to get after it and only compare to yourself. Try to be 1% better every day, guys. It was my rest day today, but we hit forearms and core like normal. Skipped calves. Sorry about it. Post Gym Pondering, episode 17. Thank you for listening. I truly appreciate it. Peace out.